importance of short circuit analysis or fault analysis in the power system. So what is the need for this? In order to protect the power system from the abnormal conditions like short circuit or any fault conditions, we need to go for this short circuit analysis. The system must be protected against heavy flow of short circuit currents by disconnecting the fault section from healthy section by means of a circuit breaker. So you need to operate the circuit breaker in correct sequence and to protect the power system. And to estimate the magnitude of fault current for the proper choice of circuit breaker and protective relays, this short circuit study is essential. So after this short circuit analysis only, we came to know at what rating we need to fix the circuit breaker for this particular system and what is the capacity of that particular circuit breaker or relay. For this, we are going for this short circuit analysis. And short circuit analysis is more important for the design and development of protective schemes in various parts of the power system. And why we need to analyze the fault? First one is to determine the magnitude of fault current and fault voltage in the system, and to select the correct rating for the fuses, relays and circuit breakers, and to check the MVA rating of the existing circuit breaker when the new generators are added into the system. Whether the existing circuit breaker can able to withstand the short circuit current or not, that we need to check by analyzing the fault. And to design the grounding system properly, we need this fault analysis. And what are the basic assumptions in short circuit analysis? First assumption, we are representing each synchronous machine with a constant voltage source behind a reactance. That reactance may be a subtransient reactance XD double dash or transient reactance XD dash or steady state reactance XD. So each synchronous machine can be represented with a reactance and with the constant voltage source behind the reactance. So this is a simple representation of a synchronous machine, and this reactance may be of a transient reactance or subtransient reactance or steady state reactance. And second assumption, pre-fault load currents are neglected. So once the fault is occurred, then we need to calculate the fault current, but before that we are neglecting the pre-fault current. And pre-fault voltage for unloaded system is assumed to be 1 per unit or 1 angle 0. And fourth assumption, the shunt element in the transformer model that accounts for magnetizing current and core losses are neglected. We used to represent the equivalent circuit like this. The no load current flows through this part, and you will be having a magnetizing component and the working component. So the shunt element of this transformer model is completely neglected, okay, which is accounts for the magnetizing current. Okay, for simple fault calculation, no need to consider this shunt element, so we are neglecting this shunt element, so that the core loss is also neglected. And a symmetric three-phase power system will be considered for the short circuit analysis. Shunt capacitance of the transmission lines are ignored. So in the transmission line, we used to consider the line to ground capacitance or line to line capacitance. Okay, so these and all are the shunt capacitance. This shunt capacitance are ignored while we are analyzing the short circuits. And all the series resistance in the generator, DC line and transformers are neglected. Only the reactance of the system alone is taken into account. The last one, the negative sequence impedance of the alternator are assumed to be same as that of positive sequence impedance. Okay, so Z plus will be equal to Z minus. So these are the basic assumptions of short circuit analysis. So these assumptions are generally made to reduce the complexity in the calculation part.